Hey, it's Brittany. In today's video, I will be doing a piece in my sketchbook using some markers by Arrtx while talking about some of my art pet peeves. But first, let's discuss these markers. These Arrtx markers are acrylic markers with a 3mm nib and some thick coverage. If you've watched my videos before, you know that I love acrylic markers, and I've worked with Arrtx in the past. I haven't, however, used a nib like this before. I mostly use the brush nib markers. So let's get going. First, I want to tell you what I'm drawing today. My whole life, I have been obsessed with the science, beauty, destruction, and ferocity of Mother Nature. I love weather. I can sit and watch tornado videos for actual days. Severe weather season is upon us, and I was inspired to draw a fluffy cumulonimbus cloud with a tall anvil coming out of the top. Now, on to my pet peeves. Let's get some things out of the way. People may not agree with what I have to say. In fact, my takes might be a little bit spicy, but these are my opinions and just things that kind of give me the ick. Whether it's within the community or just with being a digital creator in general.
Underrated artist. Is that an underrated artist? Underrated.
I just feel personally that these types of interactions are not helpful for the artist. And hear me out, because I understand that this take can be a little controversial, okay? So, let me explain, okay? So, I feel like if you feel that an artist is underrated and they're not getting the attention that you feel the artist deserves, perhaps do retweets, reposts on TikTok, share their reels in Discords or something. Maybe share it with your friends. Get the word out about these artists. Commenting underrated and moving along, in my opinion, does not serve us a purpose. Tell us you like our art, why you like our art. Tell us you like the colors we used, the composition, something. Give us something. I feel like perhaps comment something about the piece that could possibly spark engagement from other people that see it. I feel like ways that we can help artists grow is by providing meaningful engagement. And I feel like, in a way, engagement has become a bit of a meme, and it's not taken seriously with how powerful engagement can be with content creators and getting your work out there online. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it. Perhaps I am reaching. However, I just feel like, in my opinion, it just comes to a point where I feel like the overall engagement of the community is not as meaningful as it used to be online. And a lot of the comments just feel like memes at this point. And I don't know, it's just a lot of it's like repeats of each other. Like underrated artist, underrated artist, underrated artist, underrated artist. Or your art tastes like gummy bears, your art tastes like gummy bears, gummy shark, gummy shark, gummy shark. Where is the like pure engagement anymore when it comes to comments? I just feel like it's been thrown out the window. And now I feel like I'm going on a tangent, so I'm going to stop. But think about that a little bit. Am I wrong for thinking that? Tell me. I would like to know. Moving on. Now, my next take in particular is in regards to artists who cannot receive criticism without blowing a gasket on somebody. I see this a lot, particularly in Facebook art groups. I'm not part of a lot of other websites, so I don't know of other good websites to even join for groups, so let me know down below. But in Facebook groups in particular, people will literally ask for criticism, for critique, and then they get critiqued and it's not praising them enough. So then they throw a fit and get angry at people for not praising them enough in their criticism. And it's like, what did you expect? My brother in Christ, you asked for it. Hello? Now, it's one thing when people provide completely unconsensual asshole advice about your art. And yeah, sometimes people are just rude, and I get that. But frankly, if you're posting your work in a critiquing group, or you're posting in a group asking people to rate your work, which that's another thing. I cannot stand the rate my work 1 to 10 posts. Those just give me the ick. I don't know why, they just do. But back on track. I just really feel like artists need to do better about receiving critique, but people also need to do better about providing critique. You don't have to sugarcoat critique. If you don't like the piece, just flat out say that you don't like the piece, but tell us why. Provide context for us. Tell us that you think the anatomy is wonky because XYZ, not I just don't like it and then move on. Bad critique does not help artists. Bad critique only helps artists if it at least provides context. In my opinion, I fully believe that how you conduct yourself online within these communities is a direct reflection on how people will perceive your work. But artists, please learn how to receive critique. We're here to help you. 99% of the time, most of us are not bad people. And my next pet peeve kind of adds on to the last one. And this is kind of more of a controversial take, I feel, but hear me out on this. Essentially, I feel like if you are a shitty person and you do shitty things, your art is shitty. And I'm not going to support you. And I feel like there's a lot of people in this community that will ride or die for people that do really awful things in this community. And maybe some of us should reflect on that. That's all I'm going to say. I never know what to say when people tell me that they can't draw a stick figure or a straight line. I just think it's so silly to me because I feel like people forget that we weren't born with this skill. It's not something that we were born with. It's a skill. And we had to put blood, sweat, tears, research. We had to spend time and passion on this in order to nurture this skill and form it into a way that made us who we are as artists. It's not something that just happened one day. And I think people forget that. I think it's easy for people to forget that, especially in a day and age where everything is consumed so quickly. And I feel like people just want to rush skills so quickly without understanding how long it takes to nurture skills. I understand that PewDiePie put in time and effort into learning how to draw in a year, but he lives a particular lifestyle that allows him that privilege of free time the way that he has it, because of his success. So, realistically, someone who has other priorities in their life can't put that type of time and effort to learn how to draw in a year like that. I understand that people might feel like, if it's later in their life, they might not want to pursue a new hobby like art because they'll feel like they're starting at like almost a preschool level with their drawings, with how they might start out or how they might feel like they're starting out or how they'll perceive it. And it'll take a long time for them to kind of reach those goals because it's that type of skill. It's like a RuneScape grind. I feel like I'm on a rambling tangent now. I'm so incredibly sorry. My point is, you can draw if you put the time and effort into it. I feel like everybody is an artist in their own way because art is interpreted differently from person to person. Yes. My next one might be a little bit of a hot take, but honestly, I find most emergency commission posts to be a little bit suspicious. And Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of the reasonings for like why they open the commissions could be real. You know, they could be real. I'm not doubting that, and it's not like I'm gonna call them out or anything. I'm not an awful person, but if you have an emergency every other week, I'm gonna get a little suspicious. And I'm sorry, but you gotta get your life together if that's really how it is, my guy. So, yeah, I find emergency commissions to be a little bit suspicious. I find them to just be a marketing scheme. Honestly, I feel like if I keep going, I'm gonna just end up talking forever. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. If you enjoy this type of content, I invite you to subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.